Hi, I'm Megan. This is my husband Billy. We met on eHarmony. These are our children, Michael and Lydia. And these are my siblings, Jacob and Zoe. We aren't your typical family, but together we have lots of fun. Welcome back to Attentional Bonus Mom. I'm Megan, second wife, stepmom of two. Not really sure what I was doing there, but anyway, I have a little friend that keeps trying to come into my videos. She is a almost 22-year-old cockatoo from what we can see. She's shaking her head yes, but she has no idea she's barely in the video. Every time I say that during the outtake, she like looks at me like, what? What are you talking about? Okay, so today, she just said what? Okay, so today we're going to do the top 5 mistakes in being a step-parent. I'm the queen of these. These are all my top 5 mistakes. So here you go, guys. Here are my top 5 mistakes. Don't be like me and do this. Okay. You need a little bit of humor to get through the hard times. So my top 5 mistakes possibly could be anyone's top 5 mistakes. Overstepping. Yeah, I'm the one that's guilty of that wholeheartedly. Okay, so when I came in, I tried to fix what wasn't broken. Now, in my world, like, you eat vegetables because my parents forced us to eat vegetables, and you do this and you do that. Honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. Stop. Just, at first, you might need the parent to cook dinners and stuff like that. Like, it's not your battle. You didn't create it. This isn't yours. It was just different. It wasn't wrong. It was just different. And I think really honestly looking back, like, anybody has problems with their children eating vegetables. Unless you're a vegetarian or a vegan. Then I feel like that's all your kids ever get. So pretty sure I'm going to go that route. So overstepping. I think that whether it was with discipline or feeling like what they were doing was wrong, I think I definitely know I overstepped. And that was probably the beginning of the end, I say, with my stepkids. Because stepkids are not nearly as forgiving as birth children or even siblings. And that's something that I realize, like, people could say it to me, but I realize myself, when I discipline my siblings, it's a lot different than when I tried to discipline my stepkids. They are a lot more critical than my siblings ever were. Bad talking. Okay, so first of all, we're emotional people. We're women. A lot of us wear emotions on our sleeves, and then some of us are just bad butts. I was going to say a different word, but I really don't want to say that. Okay. So we go on emotions first, and then we stop and rationally think. Okay. So I did do this, or I would get upset and I would say something. Then I got to a point where it was just like this light bulb moment that went off that said, what are you doing? This is not the type of relationship you want. This is not what you want to do. And so for us, a big piece of advice there is to step back and honestly look at it through the stepmom's eye, or the birth parent's eyes. And honestly, the tip 2 for that, within that tip, is think you're only getting one side. Whether it's your spouse's one side or the kids, you're only getting one side. So maybe try to figure out why they're asking you. I'm giving you all this advice for another video. I could just make a whole nother video. So with bad talking, think about it from the other parent's perspective. Remember, you're only getting one side of it. And is this really where you want to go? And why are they telling you this? Are they telling you this so they can run home and tell mom, or what? So, as much as emotionally as we are, sometimes we have to calm down and step back and try to think through it logically. Always being together. This was a big mistake. I wanted that family. I was never against, even when I started dating, I was never against somebody with kids. I don't think any of my family members are surprised that I married a guy who had kids. Like, they're not surprised at all. And I think I always wanted us to be together. I always wanted us to be doing family things. And honestly, this is something that about 1.5 years, almost 2 years into it, I realized that the kids needed dad time. And then I started working on that, and then it kind of, I don't know, it doesn't happen anymore. Flat out does not happen anymore. It was happening more, but flat out doesn't happen anymore. But if you watched my last video, you got that. So kids need that dad time or that mom time. They need that individual time with their parent. It's overwhelming to have a child who is struggling between both homes and struggling whether to love somebody else or somebody else is in their lives. So they need that individual time. It's the same as if mom and dad still lived in the same home. Sometimes those kids need that bonding time with their other parent. Number 4 is never saying no. We want the kids to like us. We want the kids to enjoy us. We want the kids to love us. But girl, it's good for them to hear no. And it's not disrespecting, it's not rude. Now, they may react badly to it, but it is absolutely okay to say no. To say, this isn't working. To say, no, you don't need that. Because I feel like kids start to get entitled. And if they know that they can work you against the other parent, or they can work you against somebody else, they're going to. And so, it happens. And so learn to say no, and make those decisions together with your spouse about some things. Like some things like, can I have a snack? Well, yeah. Unless it's almost dinner time, then you're like, no, we're about to have dinner. But it's okay to say no. It's okay not to buy them the newest gadget or clothes or whatever they're wanting right away. Number 5, my last, but one of the important ones is when you don't take alone time. And this is alone time with you and your spouse, and this is alone time with just you or just your spouse, or y'all going to do different hobbies and stuff. This is one of the things that the reason I talked about in my other video is I slowly started to lose myself. I slowly started to not do YouTube. I stopped doing photography. I stopped really doing all the things I really loved. Because I was so focused. Also, that's why I nachoed my stepkids, is because I lost myself and my husband in the midst of all that. So, whether, you find yourself worked up, you find yourself surrounded in the chaos and trying to fix the chaos, and, stop being you. Stop seeing friends. You stop doing stuff you love and being with your spouse. And next thing you know, you're a train wreck fully coming at you. So I encourage you, it's not healthy to not spend you time. It's not healthy for, just like it's not healthy for the kids not to have that one-on-one time with the parent. This is not healthy either. So have date nights, whether they're at home or you've gone somewhere. Girl, have those date nights. Have that time with your spouse, and then have that alone time with friends, or go get your nails done. I keep telling myself for the last 5 months I was gonna get my nails done, and that's what happens when you're recording on your phone because you left the camera in the car and your husband's at work, and you're just not gonna delay this any longer. So yeah, remember to take time for yourself, take time for your spouse, and just remember you're gonna make mistakes and it's okay. And these are just my mistakes that I made along the way, but everybody's mistakes are different. In 6 months I could have a whole new list. You could have a whole new list. You got this. You can make this the best it can be within what you have. Those are my mistakes. Everybody's going to make different mistakes too. Anyway, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can link them down below, or you can email me or private message me on Instagram. I'm really bad about seeing messages. If they're on the feed, the comments, I can see them. But sometimes if people, somehow I guess you can do a private message thing. Yeah, I barely ever see those. Anyway, especially on YouTube. But my DMs on my Instagram, oh yeah. Okay, so thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!